let's say if we film this podcast on Saturday evening, I think the energy in here would be 10 times bigger, louder.
Of course it would. We'd be screaming
So my
everywhere.
question to you is, has the Arsenal emphatic win taken the shine a little bit off Liverpool's emphatic win?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. We now know the
I
title
can
race
feel
is
it in the energy.
absolutely back on. They are feeling themselves at the moment. They're finding form just when we are. I'm telling you, Liverpool and Arsenal have had the exact, except for the start of the season, they've had the exact same form. We dipped exactly the same time around late December, early January, and so did they. And then we've picked up, and so have they. This title race is well and truly on. And you asked the question earlier, can Arsenal catch Liverpool? Absolutely. We have to respect them. They're a fantastic football team without a shadow of a doubt. And if we weren't doing as well as we are, they would be right there in first place, and deservedly so, because the football they play is brilliant, mate. They absolutely demolished Man City yesterday. And I know that people are saying, right, you know, Spurs beat them 4-0, and I get that. But you can only play what's in front of you, and they played them, mate. That's what they did. Smoked them, mate. They absolutely did. Took the shine off Liverpool, but it's fine. It's fine, because we've been hunted all season. Doesn't matter. We'll carry on doing what we're doing, hopefully, because there is a difference between the hunted and the hunting, yeah? I'm not really confident with Liverpool usually when we're ahead, but this season they've proven me wrong. So long may it continue. Let's keep this bout going. But what I will say about it is, if we beat Everton, if we beat them, that is going to be demoralising for Arsenal going into the weekend fixtures. If they go in 9 points behind, when you're talking about 6, you can say, yeah, you can catch somebody in 6, just two losses and you can get them. 3, 9, that's a bit different. You start looking at going, oh, this is a mountain to climb.
If they draw, we win the game after.
They have to be immaculate to catch Liverpool.
To lose 4 or 5 games, I think, to lose this Premier League.
And they have to be perfect. And don't get me wrong.
They have to win every game.
Don't get me wrong, Gilly. You know, last season, their last 18 games, they won 16, drew 1 and lost 1. Formidable form. Exactly. And they've got that in their locker to do it again. But I just think that Liverpool have shown consistency that is just unmatched in Europe at the moment, and I hope that they can continue to do it. And if there's anyone that gives me confidence to know who it actually is, Arne Slot, because he just seems to have the tactical nous to do the right things at the right times. He's just exactly what we've needed in this season. And who thought it? Who thought it? We're just very grateful for this. But yes, Arsenal can catch us, lads. What do you think? If we let them, the only team that's going to beat Liverpool this season is Liverpool, by the way.
Yeah, of course, it's going to be our fault if we don't win this league. I'll say yes and no. No, because do I think that across the 38 game season, I mean, we've still got 15 games to go, so 16. We'll see what happens. 16 games to go. So we'll
15. Sorry.
They've got 14 to go, so we'll see what happens. I still think across what I've seen so far, Liverpool are far and out the deserved Premier League winners from this stage, but there's still a third to go, and we can't think like that.
Nope.
So no, in that way, I just don't think our mentality allows them to get back into it too much. But on the other hand, like I said a few weeks ago, Liverpool fans' view of how to win the Premier League has been skewed. So yes, there will be ups and downs. Yes, there will be really tight moments, but I still think at the end of the season, whether that's 2 points, 4 points, 6 points, I think we are 6 points better than them. Yeah, you know what I mean, across the season.
I had an Arsenal fan telling me yesterday that they're only one loss and 3 draws behind us, and I said, brother, that's
they're
9.
Always explaining
it
something.
It does me nothing, lad. I'm like, 1 is a small number, but that represents 3.
Yeah,
you know, like 3 is a small number, but that represents 6. Like, are you okay in the head? Like, I don't get it. That's 9 points. Do you know if you lost the league by 9 points, you wouldn't go, oh, that was close, weren't it? You wouldn't. You'd say you're being smoked. I don't get it, lad. Like, sorry.
So no,
I'm getting wound up by them,
no,
lad.
Because I don't think they would deserve it from what I've seen so far. But yes, because if we slip up, they should
capitalise.
If they have the bottle, be there, ready to take over. But do I think when it all comes down to it, you can have these moments, that moment when we're sitting there in May, will any of that matter? Like, it hasn't mattered, the last few seasons. I just don't think they've got that final key to open the final door that wins you the final prize at the end of the final game of the season, and we do. So I think whatever happens, they could win all their games, but I think if they do, Liverpool will respond and do what we need to do to finish 4 to 6 points above them at the end of the season.
I'm pretty confident Arsenal are not going to go on and win their next 14 games of football. I'm confident in that. I'm going to show you a run of form, a run of games that I had taken a look at in Arsenal's season, where I think there is a potential for them to drop quite a few points. So we're going to start with, I don't know if you can see that.
No, they can't see that.
No, you can't. We're going to start with the 26th of February. They are playing Forest away. That is a potential place where they can drop points without a shadow of a doubt. They will not be able to just sit on the ball and counter-attack or whatever. They'll have to go at it. And what do Forest love? They win games with minimal possession, mate. They're going to love you being on the ball, passing it around, so they can just get Chris Wood in on a counter-attack. Hopefully, that's where they drop some points. If not, they've got Man United the week after at Old Trafford. Now, don't get me wrong, Man United are crap.
Lost 7 home games.
Very, very crap. But they do have this weird thing of turning it on when they play a big team. They drew against Liverpool and they beat Manchester City. And don't get me wrong, Manchester City, again, are not great. But Man United are worse and they beat them. So that is a potential place where they can drop points. Then we go on to a home game against Chelsea. Now, we know Chelsea are up and down, but a game against Arsenal and Chelsea is a London derby, and that is usually a crazy fixture. We seen last season, was it 2-2? One of the fixtures. Mad games they have against each other. So love that. And then we've got Arsenal's, they hate this team, Fulham. So Fulham at home, potentially can drop points. Fulham are playing well at the moment. They rate themselves. They're going to go into that game with confidence, hopefully. And then the very last game out of this run is Everton away.
Yeah.
So they're talking about Liverpool going to Everton away. You only just beat them for the first time in 14 years or so last season, just so you know. So going back to Arsenal, Everton now on massive vein of form, Moisey's back, Goodison, all of that. I think there's a potential for them to drop points in this run.
Yeah, I think they will drop points across the
particularly this area
still. And then it's down to Liverpool. So the key question that we're asking you today, the hot topic, the burning hot topic for you guys, can Arsenal catch Liverpool? We're both saying when it comes down to it, no. They're going to give it a bloody good go, as we know, but I think the mentality gets us across the line over them.
I'm saying if we slip in one tiny bit, they will catch us because they have got the quality and we should respect them and go into every single game that we want to win this league. So far, Liverpool have been the only team in the league until yesterday that have played like they want to win the league. Arsenal yesterday against Man City played like they want to win the league. But I don't think it was about the Premier League. I actually think it was about the rivalry that Arsenal have now created for themselves with City. That's what I think that was about. That's why you've seen Skelly doing all this and Gabriel running over to Thingy and him going, you want one of these, huh? You know what I mean? All of that crap, lad.
Jeez, James Ward-Prowse has just gone back to West Ham.
Fantastic.
Mad that. Yeah, so listen, that's the big question. Can Arsenal catch them? And do you know what's funny, right? Arsenal, after Haaland said stay humble, they've done everything but be humble since he said that after the celebrations last night, printing stay humble on the back of their shirts and that. But that's fine. Do you know what? When it comes to it in May, that won't mean anything.
Lad, I was laughing my head off when the Haaland bounced that ball off Gabriel's head. So it's only right that they get their little say back, lad. They deserve it, bro. They just battered them 5-1.
And do you know what? That's the first time in a long time that I can remember where Arteta's gone, go for it.
Yeah,
he's normally a lot more reserved. These games are a lot more cagey than it was last night, and you have to give credit to Arsenal for the fact that they almost did like what a burning hot Anfield would have done.
City are like
not the same atmosphere, but what I'm saying is in Champions League games, right, against Roma, for example, the Barcelona game 4-0, loads of Premier League games from minute one, Klopp or whoever was the manager has gone, kill them. Kill.
They do not like City, bro.
To win that game 5-1, it's almost like quite unlike Arteta to actually
not sitting on 1-0 lead and then concede another goal and it ends 1-1.
It's not actually common that Arsenal would do that to a big team. We've beaten, like, I can't see them beating United 7-0 like we did, or a 4-1 like we did to City. It was a great win for them. In fact, I'm giving them credit. I'm saying, when was the last time Arteta went, kill them from minute one? And a minute in, they're 1-0 up.
For me, it was indicative of who City are at the moment. They remind me of when we had no midfield and Fabinho was dead in the water.
23.
Legless midfield, mate. Absolutely nothing there. They are dead in the water in the middle of the pitch. And Arsenal capitalised on it. That's why they scored in the first 2 minutes, mate. Their mentality is lacklustre. They don't look like they're playing for anything. Credit to Arsenal because they absolutely capitalised on it.
It's the first time they smelt blood and went, right, let's kill. Instead of doing the whole possession thing and winning 2-1, which, you know, on a different day
they didn't need to, mate.
But
They didn't
City
even need to,
were absolutely awful.
they didn't even need to play
City,
well in
and
a way,
I knew,
lad.
do you know what? I knew Arsenal would win that.
Of course.
I had a prediction of 2-1. I don't think anyone said 5-1, but there you go. It's a resounding win for
mate.
Arsenal.
Well-deserved win, but this is why it's absolutely a must now that we go into the Everton game and win. We have to win that game. That puts a little... It flips the momentum back onto Liverpool to say, you're going to catch us with 9 points now, mates.
And this is how it's going to be. But over the course of the season, the mentality that is required, Liverpool have it. I don't think Arsenal do.
This is the balance that we've been talking about all season. Yes, we have balance when it comes to like play style. So we have a great double pivot and we have balance in midfield and attack and loads of different options. But we're not talking about balance there. We're talking about balance in youth and experience. People that have been there and done it. People that want to help them to get it. Like that's exactly what Liverpool have at the moment. And hopefully that is what's going to get us across the line.